This is a HYMER B-Class ModernComfort BMC-I 600, and that equates to a Mercedes Sprinter-based 7.19 metre vehicle in a very smart silver metallic finish, it has to be said. This is really nice. I'll give you a wander around the outside, tell you a little bit about it, and then we're going to head in, because the interior on this is lovely. Now this is 4,500 kilograms, so you want a C1 license for this one, and it's the 170 horsepower Mercedes diesel engine. This on the outside is for your gas bottles. Other things that we have here include a little locker that goes right through like that. It's very helpful, but there's a much larger space back here, because check out this garage. It's huge. Look at this. It's illuminated, as you can see. There's a shower, you can see it on that side, for washing down your muddy bikes or your muddy children. We've got shelving in here. It's all going on. That is a really, really good size, isn't it? These are over carpets, so if you want to put carpets through the vehicle and want a slightly more luxurious finish, then you've got it. There's power sockets, that's what those two little black oblongs up there are for. And these are tie downs, so if you're putting something heavy in here, you can secure it in place. Very good. That is a decent size, isn't it? It's a decent sized vehicle, actually. Let's take a look from back here. Solar panels on the top of this one as well. I think they're 95 watts each. There are two of them. I think I'm right in saying. There we go. Got the Mercedes logo on here. B600. That's again the door through to that garage. Awning on this one as well. That's back into the garage. That's the cassette for the toilet, and this is the door into the interior. Let's go and take a look. So that one opens like a door. Who'd have thunk it? And then there's a little button here we can press, and that powers out the step. And I think the first thing to mention is this lovely pale wood finish in here. This is really smart. I like this very much. Some nice lighting in here as well, and then a lot of natural light. We've got these big skylights in the ceiling like here. There's one back there as well. These have all got blinds that come across them like this, and that one also has a bug screen because that is an opening skylight. Very helpful, again with the lighting all built in around it as well as the spotlights. That is excellent. Let's start right at the front, I think, and we will work our way back. So seats obviously are swiveling. This one's brand spanking new, so bits of it are still covered up, as you can see. I like this leather upholstery though that they've got in here. This is really smart, all stitched and lovely. And it's got the Mercedes dashboard, of course, with the display in the center there. And you can see there's blinds that come up over the windows here, like so. But the other thing we have at this end, rather interestingly, is a bed, because this is based up here and it just drops down very, very easily like that. We'll go further than that. At the minute it's hitting those backrests, but of course they drop flat and that then comes right down. You can see how it comes down level with those. Let's put that back up. It comes down and sits on those bits there basically, so that will drop down a lot lower than that, which is excellent. The little seat here, this will sleep for but also travel with for, because if you look at this one on this side, we've got seat belts here, so that's very, very helpful. And the table there as well, of course. There's storage up in places like this. And it's here, as you would expect, and then this is the kitchen. So here we've got 3-burner hob, we've got the oven and grill down underneath that. The sink, of course, is here. This is quite nice. They put a chopping board on the back of here, so that's quite useful. And then drawers like this, and like this, and under here and storage there, and a big fridge freezer is over on this side. And if we continue our way back down this side, we've got the 2 single beds in here, but there is an infill. that's that fella there. And what's quite clever is you can see we've got the steps up to help you into bed. Obviously if that infill is in place, that comes across here, those steps are not much use. However, they've thought of that because in here this one will lift out and back, and it brings the steps right back to here. So when that infill is in, you've still got steps up into the bed. That's a really nice idea. Very, very simple. You can see how that just slides along this track here. That's excellent, isn't it? There we are. Let's draw that one back. And that one will lift up as well. So it's nice and neat when it's tucked away. Other things we've got here, while we're pointing in this direction, we've got some lovely big lockers down inside here. Look at this. That's a really good size. And then on this side, similar kind of deal, but this one's got a hanging rail. Superb. There are, of course, more lockers across the back here. We've got them up here as well. We've got TV in here. This is on a bracket. And then again, that big skylight with the blinds and the opening windows here as well. So a lot of ventilation, a lot of light. That skylight opens as well. And a lot of lighting at night time. You can see it all the way around all of this. That is really nicely done. You can curtain this area off. If you come back a bit further, you can see there's a track in the ceiling here. And the curtains, oh, there we go. I wonder where they were for a moment. They're down over here. So that's the back end of the vehicle. What's nice, of course, is it's giving you sleeping at completely opposite ends of the vehicle. So for a motorhome of this size, it's about as private as it gets. There is the bathroom here. So we've got a shower, of course. Again, the lighting in here is fantastic. It's really nicely done. And there is a skylight, again, up above. That's with the opaque glass in it, obviously. Again, there's blinds that come across, a bug screen that way and a night screen that way. But rather cleverly, they put a hanging rail in here. So if you're coming in with wet coats and bits and pieces, you can hang them on there and they'll drip then down into the shower base. Loo is here, of course. There's more storage tucked away in places like this for your toothpaste and your toothbrushes, and the sink there as well, of course. They pack it in, don't they? That's for your loo roll, I'm guessing. Keep it dry. Mind you, it would stay dry anyway, wouldn't it? Because you've got the doors that come across here. Very good. Very good indeed. I'm curious about these traps in the floor. I haven't looked at these, so we will discover together. Oh, look at that. Loads more storage. You'd have to remember where everything is, wouldn't you? Let's look at this one. That's access to some of the engineering areas, so battery switches, and I think those are the batteries, in fact, down in there. More storage here. Fantastic. Other things to show you. There's a TV here, which you might think is a slightly awkward viewing angle, but of course that comes out and swivels so that it's a lot more viewable than it is at the moment. That one up there, a couple of little hooks up there for your keys, I guess. And then up here we've got the heating system was controlled from here, but also that one, I can make it work. There we go. Let's see if I can get that little bit less reflection. There we are. Look at that. This is the control system. So we can see the vehicle battery and the main battery, voltages and percentages. Fresh water, grey water is on here. We will have that later. Vehicle details are on here. Central locking is on here. Water system is on here. So yeah, all the control systems of the vehicle basically are rather neatly incorporated into that. That's excellent, isn't it? Very high tech. And that brings us back pretty neatly to where we came in. I think that pretty much covers it. But that is a nice social space up there, isn't it? And the fact that you've got the bed up there rather than having to convert all of this, I think is excellent. And it's a nice, light, bright vehicle. Let's come right back here, and then we can see it all right the way through. Check that out. Very nice indeed. I think that's about it. I think we've covered it. I am going to take a seat down here. I am going to say massive thanks to the Irwin HYMER Centre. They've organised this tour, and I'll put a link to those guys in the description. And of course, huge thanks to you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and we will catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye bye.